morning, students. How are you all? Is everyone fine at home? Yes. So let's begin with our today's class. So first we will discuss what we have studied in our previous class, right? So what have we done in the previous class? We studied about two laws of indices, the first two laws of indices, right? So the first law of indices was what? If two numbers with the same bases, but different powers are multiplied, then the answer is the same base raised to the sum of their powers, right? That is a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n. The answer is a raised to the power m plus n. Okay, so this was the first law. Second one was, if two numbers with the same bases but different powers are divided. Okay, if they are divided, then the answer is the same base raised to the subtraction of the two powers, right? That is, if a and a are the two same bases but they are having different powers. Like the first one is having the power m and the second one is having the power n. And if these two numbers are divided, then the answer is the same base raised to the power m minus n. A raised to the power m minus n. That is, if two numbers are divided, then we subtract their powers or indices, right? And if the two numbers are multiplied, then we add their indices, right? So these were the first two laws of indices. Now today we are going to see the the third and the fourth law of indices, right? So the third law of indices is, the third law says that any number raised to the power 0, okay, a is some number and it is raised to the power 0, then the answer is always 1, okay. So any number, if it is raised to the power 0, if the power of any number or if the index of any number is equal to 0, then its answer is always 1, okay. So we will see a few examples based on this and also on the fourth law of indices. The fourth law of indices says that if a given number is raised to a negative power means if n is its power, but if it is negative, okay, that means it has a negative sign on it. This means that the number a, the base a, is raised to the power n, which is negative, okay. So this we write as 1 upon a raised to n, okay. So how do we write a number raised to the negative power? We write it as 1 upon the number raised to the same power. Only in this case what we are doing, we are omitting the negative sign, okay. We are omitting the negative sign, so we don't want this negative sign. So what we do, we write it as a reciprocal, not as a reciprocal, we write it as 1 upon a raised to n, okay. So this is the form in which we write a number if it is raised to a negative power, okay. So we are going to see a few sums based on the third and the second law of indices and also on the BIDMAS rule. So what is the BIDMAS rule? BIDMAS means what? BIDMAS, okay. BIDMAS stands for, B stands for brackets, okay. This is the rule when we have to follow when we simplify sums, okay. If we want to do any simplification, then we follow this rule, okay. So this rule states that B stands for brackets, okay. B is for brackets. That means if the given sum is having brackets, then we need to solve the brackets first, okay. Whatever is given in the brackets, that we need to solve first. Then the second, I stands for indices. That means then after brackets we have to solve the indices, the powers and all, okay. Then D stands for division, okay. Then M stands for multiplication. And A stands for addition. And the last one, S, stands for subtraction. This means that in any simplification sum, if it has brackets, indices, if there are two numbers which are divided, multiplied, added or subtracted, then first what we will solve is, first we will solve the brackets, then we will solve the indices, then we will do the division. If there is division, then we will do the division, then after that we do the multiplication, then addition, and the last is subtraction. Okay, so we have to go in this order if we are simplifying any sum. Okay, so now we will see a few examples based on the the third and the fourth law of indices, and after that we will see a few simplification sums with this rule, how to simplify sums according to the Bidmas rule. Okay. So now we looked at exercise 1D of our first chapter. Okay. So the first question is write the value of. So these are the sums given to us, and we have to write its value. Okay. So according to the third law of indices, what we have studied, that any number raised to the power 0 means if any number is given and if its power is 0, then the answer is what? It is 1. Okay, so here all the answers will be equal to 1. Why? Because 5 raised to 0, the number is 5 and it is raised to the power 0. Okay, so if the index is 0 or if the power of any number is 0, then the answer is 1. So 5 raised to 0 is 1. Then 1 by 2 raised to 0 is also 1. Okay, minus 2 raised to 0 is also 1. And m is also some number. Okay, m is also if we put the value of m, any value of m, then it becomes a number, right? So this number raised to 0 is also 1. Okay, so if any number is raised to the power 0, then the answer is always 1. Okay, this is according to the third law of indices. Now according to the fourth law of indices, the second question is write as fraction. Okay, fraction. So we have to write all these given numbers in the form of fractions. Okay, so here we can see that every number is having a negative power to it. Okay, the power of every number is negative. Here also it is -1, here it is -2, -5, -3. Okay, so how do we write a power, how do we write a number which is having a negative power? So with the fourth law of indices, we have seen that if a number is having a negative power, we write it as 1 upon the given number, right? So here if it is 7 raised to -1, we write 1 upon 7 raised to 1. Okay, here only the power of 7, that means in the question it was 7 raised to 1, only the thing was that here it was negative, and when we put 1 upon the same number, the power remains the same, only its sign changes. Okay, and the number goes in the denominator. Here it was in the numerator 7 raised to -1, now here it is in the denominator, its power is same, which is 1, and only its sign has changed. Okay, first it was minus, now when we have put 1 upon the number, the sign has become positive. Okay, so this is the way when we write a number which has a negative power raised to it. Okay, so now the second one will also be what? The power of the number will remain same. Okay, it will remain as it is, 2 only, but only to omit the negative sign, we write as 1 upon 5 raised to 2. Okay, so everyone has understood this, how we write a number which is raised to a negative power. The power of the number remains the same. In the question also it was 2, in the answer also it is 2, only the negative sign has changed to the positive sign. Okay, now the third example, in the third, 3 raised to the power -3, so it becomes 1 upon 3 raised to 3. Okay, the power is same, which is 3, only its sign has changed, it has become positive now. Similarly, the fourth one will be 4 raised to -5 will be 1 upon 4 raised to 5. Okay, the power which is 5 is remaining the same, only its sign is changing, it has become positive. Okay, so this is the way we write a number which is raised to a negative power. Okay, so this was about the fourth law of indices. Okay, so we will see more examples of the next type. Okay, now we see the question 3. Question 3 is write in index form. So these are the questions given in fraction form, and we have to write them in the index form. Okay. So before writing, first we have to check the power of the denominator. Okay. So here the denominator is 6, and its power is what? If any number doesn't have any power, that means its power is what? 1. Okay, not 0. Okay, if any number is not raised to any power, if the power is not given, then the power of that number is 1. Okay, keep this in mind. It is not 0, it is 1. So here the power of number 6 is 1. And as we have seen in the question number 2 also, we have seen that we write by the third law of indices, what we fourth law of indices, what we write: if any number is raised to the power minus negative, then it is written as 1 upon a raised to n. Okay. So according to this, if this is given to us, okay, if the fraction is given to us, and if we have to write it in the index form, that means we have to write it in the index form. Okay. So here what we will write? We write the number as it is. Okay. The power also as it is, only with a negative sign on it. Okay. So here the index form of this fraction, is what? 6 raised to minus 1. The power is same, which is 1, only with a negative sign. Okay. So now the next one is 1 upon 4 raised to 2. So here also the number will remain the same, which is 4. Its power is also the same, 2, only we put a negative sign to it. Okay, so it becomes 4 raised to minus 2. So this is the index form of this given fraction. Okay, understood? Now the third example. In the third example again, the answer will be what? The number is the same, which is 5. Its power, its index is also same, which is 3. Only we put a negative sign on it. Okay. And the last one, the number, the base is same 2. Here also the power of this number 2 is 1, because if there is no power, the power is 1. Okay. So 2 raised to 1. Only we are not writing it 1 upon something. We are writing it in the index form. So we put a negative sign. Okay. So these are all equal. Okay. 6 raised to minus 1 is equal to 1 upon 6 raised to 1. 4 raised to minus 2 is equal to 1 upon 4 raised to 2. 5 raised to minus 3 is equal to 1 upon 5 raised to 3, and 2 raised to minus 1 is equal to 1 upon 2 raised to 1. So this is in this form. If this is given to us, if this form is given, the index form is given to us, we can write it in the fraction form as we did in question number 2. And if the fraction form is also given to us, we can write it in the index form, because both are equal. Okay. So now the fourth question. In the fourth question is find. So we have to solve this and we have to find the answer. Okay. So let's start. The first, it is 5 raised to 6 divided by 5 raised to the power 8. Okay. So how do we write this? 5 raised to the power 6 divided by 5 raised to the power 8. Okay. Now we have seen that if two numbers with the same bases but different powers are divided, right, according to the second law. The second law states that a raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. I'll write it here. A raised to m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n, right? So here also we have a is what? 5 here, because 5 is the base. The power of the first number is 6, second number is 8, and both the numbers are divided. So what do we do? According to the second law, we subtract their powers, right? So we will write the same base 5 and we will subtract the power 6 minus 8. Okay. In the order, first we will write the number which is in the denominator. Okay, the power of the the power of the numerator, and then we minus the power of the denominator from it. Okay, we don't have to change the order. We don't have to write it as 8 minus 6. We have to write it as 6 minus 8 only. Okay, the power of the numerator will come first, and then from that the power of the denominator will get subtracted. Okay, so this becomes what? 5 raised to 6 minus 8 is how much? Minus 2, right? So it becomes 5 raised to the power minus 2. So now again with the fourth law, by this any number raised to the negative power is written as 1 upon the number raised to the same power. So this becomes 1 upon 5 raised to the power 2. Okay, so this is the final answer of the given question. Okay, everyone has understood? Now the second example is also same. The second example is 8 raised to the power 4 is divided by 8 raised to the power 7. Okay, so first I write it as 8 raised to the power 4 divided by 8 raised to the power 7. Now similarly, according to the second law of indices, if the two numbers are divided, then we subtract their powers, right? So here also we will subtract their powers with the same base 8. We write 4 minus 7. Why? Because 4 is in the numerator. 4 is the power of the numerator and 7 is the power of the denominator. So we write 4 minus 7. So 4 minus 7 is how much now? 8 remains as it is. 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Right? So this becomes 8 raised to minus 3. 8 is having a negative power here. So we write it as 1 upon 8 raised to the power 3. Okay? So this is the answer of this given division. So everyone has understood how to write, how to first solve, and then how to write a number raised to a negative power in its fraction form. Okay, so this is the way we write a number. If it is raised to a negative power, we write it as 1 upon the same number raised to the same power, only with a positive sign. Okay, so these were the few examples. Now we will see some examples based on the BIDMAS rule. Okay, how to simplify some sums using the BIDMAS rule. Now we see the fifth question, which is simplify using BIDMAS rule. Okay, so we have to simplify these questions, the given sums, using the BIDMAS rule. So the first example, in the first example, what is BIDMAS rule? BIDMAS rule means what? First we have to solve the bracket, then indices, then the division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, right? So here in the first question, can we see any bracket? No, there is no bracket. Okay, so what comes after bracket? Indices. So are there indices in this sum? Yes. 2 raised to minus 3. Minus 3 is an index, right? So we have to solve this number first, which is having an index. Okay, so the first number, which is 16, will remain as it is. Okay, then the second number, 2 raised to minus 3. Okay, 2 raised to minus 3 is what we have seen. According to the fourth law of indices, we have seen that any number raised to the power raised to a negative power is written as what? 1 upon 2 raised to 3, right? Like this. So we can write 2 raised to minus 3 as 1 upon 2 raised to 3. So now next what we have to do? We have to solve this. Okay, solve this. 2 raised to 3 is again an index, right? This is an index. This is a number which is raised to an index. So we have to solve the index number first. So we write it as 16 into 1 upon 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 3 means what? 2 is multiplied by itself 3 times. Right? So it becomes 2 into 2 into 2. So this becomes what now? 16 into 1 upon 2 raised to 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. So this is 16 into 1 upon 8. Now this is what now? Multiplication. There is no division. There is multiplication here. So what we do? We multiply. 8 ones are 8. 8 twos are 16. Okay. Okay. So this becomes 2 into 1, which is equal to 2. So the answer, the simplified answer is 2. Okay. Everyone has understood this simplification according to the BIDMAS rule. Yes. Now the second example. In the second example here you can see is this example. The question is 3 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 4. The whole raised to the power 2 divided by 3 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 3. Okay. So how do we solve this? See, according to BIDMAS rule, we have to solve the bracket first. So here, is there a bracket? Yes, the numerator has a bracket. Okay. So first we will solve the numbers or the sum which is inside the bracket. We will solve the bracket first. Okay. So what is there in the bracket? In the bracket there is 3 raised to 6 multiplied by 3 raised to 4. Okay. So there are two numbers whose bases are same, powers are different and they are multiplied. Right. So according to the first law of indices states that what? a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n, right? If two bases are same, the powers are different and the numbers are multiplied, what we do, we add their powers, right? So here also the bases are same, numbers are multiplied, so what we do, we will add their powers. So this becomes 3 raised to the power 6 plus 4, okay? And this is inside the bracket, all which is outside the bracket will remain as it is. So the outside the bracket it is raised to the power 2. So raised to the power 2 will remain as it is. Now the denominator, in the denominator also it is same. 3 is the base, powers are different and they are multiplied. So according to this rule only, what we do, we add their powers, okay? So we add 2 plus 3, okay? So now this is equal to what? 3 raised to the power 6 plus 4. What is 6 plus 4? 6 plus 4 is 10. So it becomes 3 raised to the power 10, the whole raised to 2. And the denominator becomes 3 raised to the power 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay. So now 3 raised to the power 10 and this is raised to the power 2. Then what we do, if there are two powers, okay, a number is raised to a power and the whole is multiplied to another power, okay, then what we do, we multiply the two powers, okay. Here we do the multiplication. These two powers are multiplied to each other, okay. So this becomes 3 raised to 10 multiplied by 2 is 20. So 3 raised to the power 20 divided by 3 raised to the power 5, okay. Now according to the second law of indices, if two numbers, this is the first one, the second one is what? A raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. So if the two numbers are having same bases, different powers, and if they are divided, then what we do, we subtract their powers, right? So we subtract 20 and 5. So this becomes 3 raised to the power 20 minus 5, okay. So this is equal to 3 raised to 20 minus 5 is 50. So this is the answer. 3 raised to 15 is the simplified answer of the given sum, okay. Everyone has understood this? So this was all about today. In today's class, what we have studied the third and the fourth law of indices, which states that the third law states that if any number is raised to the power 0, then its value is equal to 1. And the fourth law was if any number is raised to a negative power, then we write it as 1 upon the number raised to the same power, okay. So these were the third and the fourth law of indices. Then we saw the BIDMAS rule. BIDMAS rule is what? Brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, and then subtraction, okay. So we have to simplify a given sum using this BIDMAS rule, okay. Then we solved a few examples based on the rules, all the rules, the BIDMAS rules and the laws of indices. So this was it for today, and we will meet in the next class, okay children. Till then, take care. Goodbye.